What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a 2001 Ricky Craven alternate paint scheme in the studio from Hot Wheels. Let's go ahead and check out this diecast. All right, folks, here we go. Time to turn the clock back to 2001 for a little bit. So this was an alternate paint scheme behind Ricky Craven's 2001 campaign, and this was a really cool little promotion they did with Tide for multiple years during their tenure at PPI Racing, and then going back to Ricky Rudd with his Tide partnership. So these were like a promo diecast. I don't have information on exactly how these were distributed, but if I had to guess, judging by how quirky the diecasts are, a lot of the inaccuracies, these are probably a event, maybe a tent or something at the racetrack that they would sell these at. Who knows? It might have been something you go to the souvenir trailer and they hand out. Really cool artwork here. You have a little bit of the corner of the 2001 style Hot Wheels packaging, but then you have this special promo pattern to it, which has like people jumping around, and there's like a spray paint gradient around it. You have Tide Racing, Give Kids the World, 2001 Collector's Edition Tide Race Car. There's a lot to talk about this paint scheme too, and I'll be going over that as we continue this diecast review. Here's the back panel of this. I'm going to pause it or hold it so you can pause the video if you'd like, if you want to read all this, but just extremely nostalgic, man. I mean, just the colors, like, it takes me back to being a kid, man. Just like all the different colors, the cartoons. It reminds me of like Patchy the Pirate on SpongeBob or the Disney Channel back in those years. I mean, just something about the early 2000s, man. It was just built different, bro. It was just built different, and so blessed to be able to grow up in that era. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up this car. Don't worry, it is a overproduced car. There's many of these out there, so I'll be right back. All right, folks, here we go with today's diecast review, and what a shiny looking paint scheme, guys. I absolutely love these Hot Wheels freaking diecasts. Look at that clear coat. Oh my goodness, is that beautiful. This car was factory made about 25 years ago, set in this package for that long, and look how shiny that clear coat is. Hot Wheels, massive W. I mean, it's just remarkable. Like, when you put in an amazing amount of quality to your die-casts, it just shows you how they age over time. So I noticed the camera is picking up the color a little bit weird. Let me focus it on this side. Okay, there we go. Sometimes when I focus it on different color portions, it'll alter it and make it look really tinted. The reason why I want to make sure that's correct for this video is the car has a kind of a cream metallic paint job to it. It really looks like a very, very, very light color of sand. It's like a pearl paint job. Now, my theory with this car is that the real car may have had this paint job on there. Naturally, on a diecast, it looks a lot more obvious because the speckles of metallic paint are larger than a production car. I looked at some photos of this car. It definitely looks a lot more like the background color than it does the diecast. So do I think this is yellowing? No, I don't. I think this is just factory the way it was made. There is a lot of inaccuracies with this diecast as we go along with it. We'll be talking about those. So you have Give Kids the World right there. That was the promotion. Got Tide. You have like some music notes around there, which reminds me a lot of 90s cartoons, which once again, very nostalgic. You got number 32 right there. Taurus. You have PPI Racing. This was Craven's first year at this team as he would drive for him in 2001, replacing Scott Pruitt. And you can see clearly there's contingencies missing. It doesn't even have a Goodyear logo on there. So this one has a lot of things that are missing on it. And I looked at the paint scheme a little bit closer, and the majority of it is decently accurate, but there's a lot of things missing. Like, there's supposed to be more music notes here. The blue outlining on this font where it says Give Kids the World, that one's supposed to be a lot thinner or missing entirely. The yellow on this, it's decently bright, but it's not fluorescent. It was definitely fluorescent on the real car. There's a lot going on with this paint scheme that needs to be fixed. So it's a great looking car, but in terms of accuracy, this was just something very common back then. They would make a diecast and it would be decently accurate, but they would change so many things by the time it hits the racetrack because they would make things early. Things happen. Got Kenmore right there. Got Bosch, something else. You got Tide Downey. I always like how the Tide logo worked with the Gen 4 quarter panels. I thought that was pretty cool. Got We Care PPG. Is that Haas? I think it's Haas CNC. Lincoln Welders Craftsman. Again, no contingencies here. So you could add those to the car if you want. You got Ford Racing, Ricky Craven. That's another thing that kind of irks me is that the Craven logo is in the middle of the roof. I don't know. That kind of bugs me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Now, this is really cool. I love this. This is really cool. So you go to the back panel of the car, and you have like the music notes, and it's like all over the back panel. I'm like 99.9% sure they didn't allow decals on the spoilers because you know teams would try some Mickey Mouse, but it looked really cool in a diecast. Got the McDonald's logo there, got number 32. For those who don't know, that was his teammate sponsor, the McDonald's. They sponsored Andy Houston over there on the 96 car, which I think they folded halfway through the year or something like that, but that's the reason why he has a McDonald's sponsor. Got the number 32 on the right side of the car. Just love that PPI font. Just one of the most iconic number fonts to me. There's just something about a lot of those team fonts from like 2001, 2, and 3. I think about like the Ganassi 41, the Ganassi 42. Just freaking iconic, man. Go to the top of the diecast. You have the number 32 once again. And I like the paint scheme pattern. I really do. I think it's a really creative design. I do wish the metallic white paint would have been a little bit more, I don't know. It just kind of looks like it's been yellowed over time, but I don't think that's the case. I think that's just how pearl paint sometimes comes out. Like, I've noticed this on a couple of liquid color diecasts that have been made literally like in 2024. The pearl paint has just a little yellow tint to it. I don't know why. I have no earthly idea why, but it just does, right? It looks beautiful, especially when you put it under like a metallic lighting, or metallic light, I'm stupid, like bright lighting. Like I take this right here and like, wow, that's really shiny. But for some reason, it doesn't look like, I don't know, it just doesn't look like bright snow metallic pearl white. Go to the back panel of the diecast, you have Kenmore once again with the music notes. Oh, that reminds me just so many like nostalgic like 90s cartoons and stuff, man. Just like the pattern of this car. Just really freaking cool. So, what do y'all think about this Ricky Craven diecast? It is an overproduced one, so if you're curious about this car, you can find it pretty easily. They did make one for, what is it, 1999, 2000, 01, 02, 03. I'm not sure on the 03 one. I know he ran one for 03, but he didn't. I don't know if they made a 164 for it. Here's another look at one of the Give Kids the World cars. This is from the year 2000, so you have the 01, then you have the year 2000, and then, well, of course, you know, we have to do the year 2002. I love the 02 one. I think the 02 one, the 02 one and Ricky Rudd's 1999 ones are just insane. So this is the year 2000 edition of that car. And let me find the Ricky Rudd one. Oh, here it is. This is the 1999, and this thing is crazy cool, guys. I mean, it's made on the Action Winter Circle mold. The two of the other three are made on Hot Wheels, and then the 02 is made on Racing Champions. But if my camera could focus, that would be fantastic. But yeah, it is a wild paint scheme. Beautiful diecast. Again, all overproduced. So that's one of the blessings about the 2000s is that you got so many amazing diecasts, and they were overproduced so much that people can still enjoy them over 2.5 decades later. I mean, it's literally the perfect decade to grow up in, honestly, as a NASCAR fan, because you can go back and get these diecasts. They're floating out there. There's so many of them, right? And you can buy them brand new. You can do, collections. You can build collections. You can do stop motions. You can do anything. You could be a dork like me and film them on YouTube, right? I mean, you literally could do anything. It's just fascinating. And you can even make raced versions, right? So like if you have a diecast that was accurate, you could, and it's overproduced, you could buy an extra one of it. You could customize it, make it look like it was, I don't know, it survived Bristol or something. You could do all kinds of cool stuff. To me, the Hot Wheels diecast of those years were amazing, but there was a lot of Racing Champions ones that looked really cool too. It's just so many options, man. So many options. It was a completely different era than nowadays. Nowadays, I would say diecasts are they make significantly less of them, so there's not a boatload for most of the paint schemes to kind of just go around where you can just, you know, like the odds are you're probably not going to find like 90% of the cars made in like 2025, 10 years from now, still brand new. You see what I'm saying? But in 2002, you can make a good case that, like, I don't know, probably 20 to 30% of them haven't even been opened up yet. You can make a good case. Don't believe me? Kevin Harvick got over 100,000 of his primary paint scheme made in 124 scale. Think about that for a second. Over 100,000. Insane. That's all for now. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And for all those new diecast purchases, make sure to tap in over there at Circle B Diecast and use promo code Diecastbuffet. You can help support the channel and save as well. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.